The Smith family in the 1950s went missing, and nobody had ever heard or seen from them again. Well, years later, their house was sold. So a new family had moved in. Well, they would hear strange noises all the time in the house, and it more affected the younger daughter. Well, one day the mom and the daughter was going to town to buy some stuff. So the father stayed home. Well, right after they left, he discovered that there was an extra room in the house. And he was shocked because they had lived there for a year and he never knew about this extra room. So he goes up into the room, but when he goes, the door ends up shutting on him and he gets stuck. And he realizes that it's hard to get out of this, and he also he's in a panic, and he knows that his wife and his kid ain't going to be back for another couple of hours, and he's afraid that even when they get home, are they going to be able to hear him, because none of them knew about this room. So he's looking around and he sees a little girl. And he's asking her, like, how did you get here? And she's scared, and he starts talking to her to try to calm her down. And she tells him her name. She tells him that her name is Ellie Smith. And he remembers that the owner's back in the day's name was Smith. But he's like, that can't be, because this was a long time ago. So he's asking her questions, and he asks her, he's like, did you get locked up here? And she tells him that, yeah, she found this room and she got stuck up here. And he asked her, he said, so are you one of the Smiths that lived here a long time ago? And she says yes. Well, he's confused because, like I said, so long has passed. So he asked her, well, what happened to the rest of your family? Where are they at? She tells him that she doesn't know because her mom told her to hide up in that room because there was a robber. And so she doesn't really know what happened to her family. He, at some point, falls asleep, and when he wakes up, the girl is not there anymore. So he starts hollering for anybody that'll hear him. And he takes his phone out and he calls his wife. The problem is, though, is that his phone was dead. So, being in a panic, he starts freaking out. because he doesn't know how long he's been up there, because he knows it's been a couple of hours. Well, his wife can't find him when she comes home. She looks everywhere, she calls people, so she ends up calling the police. And the police go and they actually end up finding him. They find him and they find the little girl and they find her skull. And they realize now what had happened was that when the girl's mom told her to go hide, she got stuck up there. And the parents were never found. They think they were taken, and that's all they know. The little girl, though, would be laid to rest.